You know what it means when we open the big sliding wooden door, don't you? You don't? That means we're gonna get into trouble. Fashion trouble. I've been on a quest recently to, well, wear my clothes more. Imagine. Gone are the days of, I don't have anything to wear. All my clothes are boring. Okay, I never really actually felt that way. But there are certain pieces in this closet that I haven't worn in far too long. So, in an effort to explore more, we're gonna put together some outfits today. We're gonna go thrifting in our own closet, and I've pulled some outfit inspo that we're gonna take our own little sick, twisted spin on. Woo! Now, this type of video can be kind of stressful for me to make because it gets to a point where I'm trying to put together this outfit and it's like, what if I don't like it? And then you have to see me not like it. And let's just nip that right in the bud for today, okay? Low pressure, we're just gonna play. And if I don't like something, we'll try something else. I'm saying this more for myself than for you, but like just so we have an understanding of what the mind palace is looking like today. No pressure, all vibes, just right. Okay, this is also kind of a selfish video because I'm going on a trip soon and I want to put together some cute little outfits for it that I've never worn before, that maybe I don't even know exists in this. All right, let's start. Our first outfit inspiration is from Jordan Iman, and I love this outfit for a couple different reasons, but the thing that really drew me towards it was the workwear, the overalls, mixed with the super frilly vintage top and the very girly accessories. The color palette is great too, that kind of tawny overall with the teal shirt, almost playing with orange and blue contrasting colors. And my goal for these outfit recreations is for them to not be recreations. I just want to take inspiration from the idea. So instead of actual overalls, I want to try this overalls jumper dress. And for the top, I know I've got some sort of floofy vintage big shouldered shirt down here. I simply must. Real quick, while I'm trying to pick out what shirt I'm gonna wear, let's hear from today's sponsor. I'm a simple girl. Sometimes I get a dark urge to learn a new creative skill. What did you think I meant? And where do I look to when the voices tell me it's time to pick up a new hobby, Kathleen? Well, that would be Craftsy. And luckily for us, they're the sponsor of today's video. Thank you, Craftsy. If you haven't heard of them, Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. Whether you want to learn how to garden, paint, crochet, Craftsy's got you covered. I've been thinking about trinkets recently, which I'm sure many of us have been, and I came across this crochet class from Mary Beth Temple called How to Crochet with Beads, and I thought that would be such a cool skill to learn to add a little extra texture to our fiber arts, but also maybe to learn how to add little trinkets, little guys, to our crochet work. And let me ask you a question. Have you ever just wanted to be one of the guys in the wood shop, talking tools? It's a fantasy I think about often, so imagine my delight when I discovered it could become reality by taking part in George and Jimmy's Shop Tips from George von Driska. George told me that he's gonna teach me how to make an impossible table, and that scared me a little bit. That's too much power, George. But I definitely want to know. So if you'd like to check out Craftsy yourself, the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. That's a screamin' deal. Valid for new members only. Thank you, Craftsy. I love you. I love you. Now let's get back to the video. Let's start here. Honestly, I forget where I was standing, so whatever. Okay, be honest with me. Is this giving off a pearl-like energy? Not that that's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing. I think to finish it, we need accessories, right? We gotta layer on some stuff. So instead of, speaking of pearls, big pearls, I've got this ball chain necklace. And a lot of people ask me where this is from. I believe it's just from Etsy. It was a gift, but if you search just like extra large ball chain necklace, you should be able to find something similar. Okay, I've got these clip-on earrings. They're from Laughing Lobe. The owner, Haven, sent these to me. I love them. They're clip-ons. Thank you, Haven. And then for shoes, this is an extra way to add a little bit of fun to this outfit. So I'm thinking we go extra fun with the cherry flats, but I've also just got some black ones too. Let's try red first. What do we think of green? Green socks? That feels weird. No socks? Maybe no socks. Red socks. Red feels like the freak move, so we'll go for red. Yeah, I like how it just continues the color down through the shoe. That's weird and cool and I like it. But you could also go for the black shoe if you're not feeling as freaky as I am, which apparently I am. Fun, a little unexpected. Maybe we continue the pop of red up with this mesh bag. I think the mesh also keeps it from feeling too too formal with like the dress and the nice blouse aspect. Weird, I like it. Okay, on to the next. Ooh, this is one of the outfits I was looking forward to the most, just because it feels kind of me already, but I've never tried anything like it. It also plays with layering in a tier system. So we've got the super small tier, tiny shirt up top. We've got the baby doll cut blouse underneath. That's like the medium size. And then the jeans kind of finish the pyramid. Let's see if we can throw something together. For pants, we need something that's wide leg, but rigid enough to kind of keep that triangular shape, and is also long enough to have a big cuff at the bottom. These work okay. They're a little floppier than maybe I'd like, but let's try them, put the rest of the outfit on, and then we can swap them if we need to. Okay, we've gone a little rogue, people. So the main thing that actually caused me trouble was this middle layer, because I don't really have many or any dresses or tops that are that length. It's just not one that I usually go for. So I had to find a skirt, which I actually think this turned out quite cutie. And then for the t-shirt on top, it was gonna have to be like a little tiny baby fit tee. And I don't really have many of those. I just did this little mini lace top layer, which I thought added maybe a little bit more texture to the look. And then for the ribbon, I don't have something so thick, but I do have this little blue gingham, which I thought was a cute callback to the gingham on the shoes. Although maybe, after much trial and error, we have arrived somewhere. Kept this frilly little guy and then swapped it for a silky little sage nightie that I think looks very romantic with this shrug, although it is inside out, but you don't know that. So we've got this very sweet top happening with our little bow. This is just a hair clip. But then we brought back the fun pants to add a bit of whimsy, a bit of playfulness. What do you think? Do we do the mega cuff so that they're a little cropped? Do we do just the normal cuff so that they're normal length? When we do the mega cuff, it almost looks like maybe like pantaloons, especially with the tiny flats that kind of look like slippers. We got somewhere good, people. I was not confident, which is funny because this is the outfit that I was like, this is gonna be no problem, it's so casual. And then I needed to remind myself that we're not recreating, we're just being inspired by, so stop being so literal. And then for a bag, I thought this canvas tote played nicely with the canvasy pants and adds a bit of structure to an otherwise pretty unstructured look. I guess I should tie that. It's kind of a fun back detail too. I actually really like this. Fun! Alright. On to the next. What have we got next? Oh, a creamy dream. Of course. So this outfit is pretty simple. It's just pants, shirt, and a jacket, which I don't know why this shocked me so much, but when I was looking for outfits to recreate, I was like, all of these are just pants and shirts or dresses. And it's like, yeah, that's what clothes are, girl. It's what you do with the clothes. Anyways, let's have a little foamy cafe latte moment. So instead of just going all white and cream, I wanted to add a little visual texture. So I'm gonna try this little striped shirt, because stripes are a neutral, duh. And then, I mean, we could start with these pants we just had on too. Oh, the primordial urge to millennial tuck, that just happened. Like, I didn't even do it, it just happened. There's nothing wrong with it, but I did just do it without even thinking. So now we need that gauzy layer on top. We've got options. First, this is the first thing that came to mind. That's cute. You know, it would be extra cute if I took a tapestry needle and did like a little crisscross lace up with some really colorful yarn or ribbon here. I won't, but would imagine it. Okay, but then what? Let's try another top layer. Something with a little more room. This literal nightgown. Ooh, hello gorgeous. We can even do the very tippy top button. Collar out, collar in. You know, it would also be really cute with this, a graphic tee. You could kind of see this thin layer. Collar in, I think. Should we try some pointy little shoes like she has? I've got these guys, which I literally have not worn in, I don't know, at least 5 years. These handmade leather slides. So dusty. Any spiders in there? Not for long. Oh, these are comfortable. Why do I never wear these? Uncut the pants. What do we think? That's fashion. Puts pointy shoes on and thinks she's Carrie Bradshaw. That's fashion. Wow. Is pink hat fashion? Slow down. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. I think the thing that really makes it is obviously this super special top piece. And isn't that a testament to the fact that just adding one little floaty layer can sometimes change everything. Cool. I'm feeling like high on life right now, so maybe the next one will kind of bring me down to earth a little bit. I think I can do this. I picked this outfit specifically because, well, I love the 2-shirt skirt thing. We recently got one while we were thrifting, but I love the detail of the Western boot with it. Oh, it feels like there's a bug in my shoe. Sorry. And also I like the focus on the bottom. There's a lot going on. The pants, the boots, the double shirts, the tie. And then the top is just a tank top. Okay. This is a lot of fabric for one outfit. And I love it. So instead of the tie belt, I have a bow tie belt. This is from when Ren B Designs made these awesome custom like business clown shirts for me out of some thrifted shirts. They included this necklace that was a big fabric bow tie, and I thought might as well use it for its actual purpose. And I thought it'd be a cute little detail. And then just to keep the pattern energy going, got a little structured plissé polka dot tank up top and some big jeans and cowboy boots on the bottom. Ooh. We need a bag. Hold please. I know the goal isn't to, recreate exactly these outfits, but I thought this bag was pretty darn close to the inspiration. This is freaking cool. I love this. All the action going on down here, all the movement with some crisp structured lines up top. I don't want to change out of this, but we must because we have at least one more outfit to do. Okay, I think this one's going to be a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a palette cleanser. Seems pretty simple, yes? So we're going to start with a pretty similar tulle skirt and choose an appropriate graphic tee. What's she got? Some cats? Oh, that's a good shirt. That's a good shirt. All right, we'll see what we can do. Okay. I've been listening to an audiobook while I'm putting together the outfits. I've been listening to Kindred. Not a very chill thing to listen to. Anyways, I just finished it. That was my first Octavia Butler book, and I think that was probably a good one to start with. What is that? Mulch? Anyways, do you like how this room has become progressively more chaotic as I've been trying outfits on? It actually doesn't look as bad as I was kind of planning for it to look. So we've got the graphic tee, Butterfest 92, a classic, tulle skirt, red tights, and then I have these Stompy Doc Martens that pretty much make this an exact dupe outfit, and even this green taupe. Let me recreate it. Ready, set, go. But I also wanted to try this bag. Would be fun with the red tights. Get yourself together. Oh wait, I have one more thing to say about Kindred. I kind of wish I would have read it with my eyes instead of listening to it. I'm pretty sure the audiobook was recorded either in the 90s or first decade of the 2000s. And this is nothing against the audiobook performer, but it sounded dated. Like the way it was delivered kind of took me out of it. Like for example, there would be times when the most horrific thing happens and someone would be like, "Who's there?" And the audiobook performer would be like, "It's Dana." I don't know, maybe I would have preferred a little more, I don't know, emotion. Or like two characters who are married who haven't seen each other in like years and years. They see each other and she's like, I'm gonna make up a name because I don't want to spoil anything. Oh, Harvey. It doesn't matter. It's a powerful story. Okay, stop talking. I kind of want to try to add some extra elements to this to just see where we land. To start, do you remember this little beaded bralette harness I made out of thrifted beads? And I always struggle to remember how to put this on. That seems right. That seems right. Ooh, first time's a charm. Okay, what if I put it on backwards? This. Did I do that right? That feels cool. And then I wanted to try layering another skirt underneath this skirt for even more floof. Ooh, okay. And then the Doc Marten Oxford look was cool, but like, what if I want to stomp around, My receipt to prove that I got these demonias at the thrift store for $7.99. Oh yeah. This kind of takes away from the red tights of it all. I'm so big. And then what if somehow I could like pin this like so we could have a little crimson flash? That's kind of fun. I'm not going to pin it right now because I'm lazy, but you get the idea, right? Plus, this does feel like something that I would wear. Another great example of a pretty standard outfit recipe, t-shirt, skirt. Nothing crazy there, but if you swap one of those out for more of a statement piece, like big frilly tulle skirt, add a pop of color or texture somewhere, bag, a surprising shoe, or the beads, and it kind of goes from something that you would just throw on to be clothed in society to something that expresses something about yourself, which is always the goal, at least for me. Wow. Should we do one more? Okay, just one more. Just one more. I'm interested in this one because I love the feminine mixed with the more masculine of the button-up shirt and the polka dot dress. Ow. And this seems like a pretty easy outfit. It's just two pieces. Let's see if those are famous last words. There's two different dresses I want to try this with. One, I want to see if we can get something going with this see-through number. Okay, since I already had the skirt on, I kept it on for an end result that does not look like the reference, but is an interesting destination. Hold on, I gotta button this all the way. It's gonna bother me. Okay. I feel like this dress is so loud, so dress, that it is hard to see the little detail of the really cool ribbony collar peeking out. Maybe it's because the neckline is so high. And I was thinking maybe just bike shorts instead of this second skirt. I don't think I have any of those clean though, so I'll just put on a little slip for now. It's losing part of what I really like about the example photo. I think because in that one you're able to see the long sleeves coming through the dress sleeves. Well, what if it's too hot for a long sleeve button up, but then chose a dress with long sleeves? So that doesn't make sense. Let's try something else. I'm starting to get witchy vibes, and that is a vibe that I will follow to the bitter end. I really like this. I kind of like the open collar. I know the example has it buttoned up, but when it's opened and kind of pulled apart, it adds to that, I don't know, almost historical energy of this. This is one of my favorite button-ups because the sleeves are so big. Wow. I'm trying to think of what a surprising shoe would be to add a little bit of interest down at the bottom. So right now we've got the red tights, white frilly socks, and then the red tabby flats, which having tights and then socks and then trying to shove your foot around the split toe it's a sensation. But I do kind of like the red then the white then the red again. That's fun. But this is also kind of the perfect candidate for some chunky sneakers if we get real Scandi fashion week with it. Hopefully. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that. If we're gonna go so party on the bottom, we need to button up the shirt. I don't make the rules. Just kidding, I do. Ugh. Sorry, too tight. I think we need a middle ground. Not quite sneaker, not quite flat. Bring in the air rifts, baby. They never do me wrong. Please don't do me wrong. This is feeling very Japanese street style now. Maybe just because of the sneaker, but also because of the free flowy natural material but structured layers. Okay, I like that a lot more personally. That's more my speed. But we could also just play it safe with normal flats. And now we are classique. Sorry, once again. This is comfy. I like it. My goal was to come out of this with some pieces shown in a new light for me. Pieces that maybe I haven't been wearing so much recently. Revived, refreshed, because I saw them through a new lens, through a new outfit. If you're interested in checking out any of the reference photos that I use, they're all pinned in my outfit recipes board on Pinterest. I'll drop the link down below. There's other boards that you can explore too, like I do a seasonal what I'm liking board, trend prediction boards, that kind of thing. Thanks so much for experimenting with me, trying out new looks, trying new things when we didn't like the new looks. There were moments where I was like doing the thing I didn't want to do, which was trying to recreate too much when I really just wanted to be inspired by the outfit photos. And maybe you do want to recreate outfits identically because that's, I don't know, what feels more comfortable to you, and that's how you explore your style. That's fine. Our brains all work differently and all have different starting places. So maybe this week you can try some new outfits and get some more love out of items that you've been overlooking in your closet. I don't think I mentioned this, and you probably know it if you've watched any of my other videos, but almost everything in my closet is secondhand. So it's always a good reminder that there is gold to be found at the thrift store, and that you can totally cultivate new, refreshing personal style looks using secondhand pieces and pieces that you've already had for years. All right, I need to clean up all of this stuff. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're very stinky. I love ya, and goodbye.